Okay, October 1st still, and this is going to be part two of my dream that I got explained. So I'm going to go back to the energy stuff. It's really interesting. Um, okay, so we are electromagnetic machines, biological machines. That's the main thing you got to think. I don't know why we're not taught this. Well, we're not taught this at all in schools, especially now, I can imagine. But anyway, that's why it's no coincidence that we need to be hydrated too, because whether it's electrolytes or whatever, but I'm just saying because obviously electrical currents run better through water. Water is a very good electrical current. Same with gold. So if you eat gold, you'd be really healthy too, but it's too expensive. I'm not serious about that, but and just using it as an example. So, but like I said, we actually are supposed to have a healthy polarity, which means we're supposed to be more positively charged. We have to be careful of not getting our batteries reversed. So we have to be careful of that. But people that are controlling us know how to do that, and that is through fear, through fear and negative things. It's almost like if you imagine getting frightened quickly, it actually changes your battery. It all goes boom. Now it's like when now you're on a negative charge or something, and it's like and your batteries. That's kind of happened with us constantly, but then we try to get back on track again. So subsequently, all negative thoughts and energies and things like that basically makes us susceptible to disease. I'm just going to simplify that, put it there for now. Let's see. So our energy frequencies can be altered with sound, even. For instance, if you notice, that's why. I mean, they did studies about this, years ago. People know about this one, but for instance, your plants grow better when you speak nice, when you talk nice to them, or if you play beautiful music around them, and then if you play, scary, crazy music to your flower or whatever, it just doesn't want to grow as much. So we're actually no different. We just don't realize it. So, we subject ourselves to a lot of crazy stuff all the time, and we don't realize it. But we're reversing our polarity and then slowly getting it back on track. We reverse polarity, turn it back on. Like we do it with food. We do it with sound. We do it with movies. We do it whatever. So that's why we don't flourish that well. Let me put it that way. But as we also all know, we're all frequency based too, which they tried to explain a lot of this to me too. But yeah, like take for instance that scientist or that Japanese guy that did a lot of those experiments is Masaru Emoto, and he's the one that basically documented the fact that emotions can affect the molecular structure of water. It's funny how that was posted by, I think, on Gaia today. And it's funny because I just only a day ago that I got that download about that very subject. Anyway, also, for instance, Raymond Rife, he was onto it. All these old technologies that let's say the pharmaceutical industry or the medical industry have been basically poo-pooing and saying it's nonsense. They were right. Of course they're right. What we're going to find out now that all the stuff that's been suppressed and told us that is wrong, and it's like, oh, that's just a witch doctor. You shouldn't be, CBD oil is not good for you, and whatever. All these things that we're told were nothing are actually it. It's actually there's more truth to all that stuff. So yeah, they were also telling me, yeah, that the Rife machine, which was also developed by Dr. Albert Abrams, but he basically claimed that every disease has its own electromagnetic frequency. It's basically radionics is what he discovered. and that's why we're heading towards the med beds. It's going to be basically taking all that old stuff that they've been saying doesn't work, then it's going to basically work. So we're going to get back to that system. Okay, yeah. They also gave me an example. They said everything has got all of our, because everything's frequency based too, but everything has its own individual frequency. It's like pretty interesting. Basically it's like a computer code. So they also told me about the example of, for instance, a starfish, why it can grow another leg back, or arm. It's because it's just replacing that piece that's missing. So the modern med beds that are coming in the near future, we'll be able to grow back not only fingers but arms. So because once you know the code to my arm or whatever, it doesn't matter if it's gone. We can replace that. All that stuff can be replaced. Yeah, because what they're kind of explained to me, like I said, I'm not a scientist, but it's basically coding those physical properties, those physical particles, into its code, and again using light frequency, light energy. So, no, but you don't have to load up a bunch of hamburgers into a machine to get the power for it to work. It cuts straight to the chase, which human bodies can do the same thing. We can survive. Granted, we're living in biological bodies, so it's not as easy. But I'm just saying, ultimately, we can survive on light energy. It's because that's the end result. I don't know. Again, that's kind of woo-woo stuff, but I don't know everything. They're just kind of telling me some basics. But again, they keep saying, whatever food source, it should be positively charged. And we have to be careful of negative charges. They also say that's why, for instance, if someone gets their legs amputated, they often feel that phantom pain, like their leg is still there. That's because it's like the code is in midair. The code is still reaching out, saying, "Where's the leg? Where's the leg?" And we feel it electromagnetically, but it needs to be replaced, like the physical properties of it. So that's kind of like yeah. So it's like they were saying it's like a rejuvenation code frequency. Anyway, antioxidants is what they told me is a good way to repair or offset any polarity changes, specifically negative changes. Yeah, like you can get rid of cancers for sure with lots of antioxidants, and there's lots of ways for us to do it. We're just basically we have to just not rediscover them, but yeah, basically take them out of the hidden box, because they're trying to hide all these truths from us. Take it out again, take another look at it, and go, yeah, actually, there's a lot of truth to that. So that's where we're heading. But also, same with the Emoto studies, being positive. That's why laughter. That's why we even say that. We say like laughter heals. Basically, if we act more positive and be more happy and laugh a lot, we keep our bodies positive. Or another way of talking about it is keep it alkaline. Because if we know that once your body is completely alkaline, you cannot get disease. So it's funny how we even use that in our terms of batteries today. We have alkaline batteries or acidic batteries. But basically, yeah, we either are alkaline or we're acidic. And they're kind of laughing as they explain that to me too, because it's like, yeah, we need to change our bodies to be more positive. And I mean, in case you can't remember, all of us have our own built-in healing system. I mean, I cut myself daily sometimes working around metal. So I cut myself, put a Band-Aid on it. 2 weeks later, guess what? I look at it, I can't even tell if I was cut or not. we have health, our own, not only immune systems, but our own healing systems that we keep forgetting about. And we have to be smart enough to be able to assist our own bodies to heal themselves. Anyway, like I'm trying to simplify things just to get my message that I was told about. Let's see. Polarity changes. Okay, that kind of pretty much covers a lot of it, other than I can kind of go into more details. But again, I'm going to go back to, for instance, our controllers. They're using us as a food source. They're farming us. They know what human nature is like, so they know what kind of lies to tell us that we'll believe. But they are literally physically eating us and energetically eating us. And we're putting a stop to that. The world is waking up. One of the biggest machines or technologies that they've been using against us is, whether it's some sort of radio wave, invisible radio wave, but I mean, that'd be great because they can just shut those towers off. But basically, we're getting negative frequencies from them a lot to change our batteries. Basically, they're trying to make us all reverse polarity through fear. And as we all know, when you have a reverse polarity battery, you just don't have that energy anymore. It's not positively charged. That's how they're keeping us down. So, as silly as it sounds, like I said, if we watch a bunch of old comedies and watch a bunch of jumping goats or kids playing, that is actually changing our polarity of our bodies to a positive charge. And then if we connect to Earth, that even makes it stronger. And also, if we connect to each other, they're also telling me the importance of, I mean, it's not a coincidence that why people hug each other when they visit each other and visit. Yeah, because, when you get close enough to somebody, you actually can feel their energy. It's also called, we also call it our aura. Some people can see auras. And we also have aura detectors, so we can see if somebody's positively charged or negatively charged. But anyway, so we hug each other on purpose because I want to get your aura close to mine, and we charge each other's batteries up. We do. We physically, by being close to each other, if you're positively charged, if you're not an energy vampire, if you touch each other, you get a positive charge. You get your battery gets recharged again. So that's what we do, and that's why we do handshakes to each other. We say hello. We're physical beings because we're meant to be like that. We're meant to interact with each other and be positive. Like I said, you say something positive to somebody, hey, you're looking good. That, as silly as it sounds, is actually helping somebody make sure that their polarity is positive. Anyway, that's kind of the gist of this. I mean, I've got lots more notes of more specifics, but I'm hoping I'm getting my point across of this dream that I had and the direction we're heading. Okay, that's my little video for our part two videos for Thursday. Okay, bye.